Vola Anguela o veteranu, ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM, nambando na sir.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti ni nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka, nanregen go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo atibyo ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusur.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry, yang melambasa. Do barong na Bula FM, nambando.
Bula FM, nambando na sir.
In the news tonight, PM rallies behind youth at COP25. Marijuana talk tops discussion at AG conference. And Minister clarifies ID issue for measles vaccinations.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
Fijian Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama has urged youths to continue using their voices in unison in the fight against climate change. Speaking in his first official engagement at COP25 in Madrid, Spain, Bainimarama says his government believes in inclusivity and never hesitates to take on the views of the younger generation in relation to this serious matter. This comes in a week where Fiji was praised for its efforts of including the likes of young Timothy Naulusala and others in climate change discussions. Indra Singh reports.
Never be afraid to use your voices to better the shape of our earth, was the message from the Fijian Prime Minister and the former COP President.
I urge all of you to raise your voices in demanding a bright future. Use your voices to build friendships with your counterparts in all countries, as such relationships will underpin the climate coalition of the future.
And in a time when most leaders are turning a blind eye to the demands of the younger generation in their fight for the future, Bainimarama had this bold statement to make.
Use your voices to challenge anyone, including those who might be older and seemingly more powerful, who dismiss your calls for action or pretend your future does not matter.
He also pointed out that some companies and governments continue to look at current benefits rather than taking a holistic approach.
Friends, all of us calling for ambitious climate action face formidable foes in the fossil fuel advocates and other vested interests who are willing to sacrifice your future for the sake of short-term profits.
The man who is known for leading Pacific's fight against climate change says COP25 gives island nations yet another opportunity to talk about the disaster that prevails over us.
That is the message we'll be driving home throughout this COP and beyond. It's a message I humbly ask you all to share.
Prime Minister Bainimarama with a strong message to the youths today here at COP25. It's not only about the Pacific youth that he has sounded out this message to, but to the youths of the world, that we all need to work together, led by the youths, and the youths to be given the chance to fight climate change. Indra Singh, FBC News.
Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayum has stated that many people in Fiji have a very shallow understanding of marijuana. While closing the 21st Attorney General's Conference at the Intercontinental Fiji Golf Resort and Spa today, Syed Kayum touched on the topic of legal medicinal marijuana, which was a topic of discussion during the conference. Felipe Naikaso with the details.
It was one of the most talked about topics during the conference, and the Attorney General also weighed in on the discussions for the need for weed.
As has been highlighted by Dr. Biribo, he's got people now coming to him because they have used it in other countries. As it becomes more commonly available as a remedy or as a form of reducing one's pain, etc., they will expect it to be given to them in Fiji too. Now, we have, of course, a very shallow understanding of marijuana, because everybody thinks that, marijuana means you smoke it and you get high.
Said Kayum also says that everyone thinks smoking marijuana was only to get high. However, there are certain types of marijuana that are used for medicinal purposes.
Some of them have very low levels of THC. You can smoke an entire field of marijuana, you won't get high. We wanted to discuss this because there is a growing demand for it. And many people, have argued that perhaps, the Harrison Act came into place because of the inability to actually tax marijuana. It's very easy to tax, breweries.
The Attorney General also highlighted that when he was a prosecutor for the DPP, he noticed that many people caught with marijuana were also from a low-income family. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The Health Ministry is advising Fijians to produce a proper identification document or card when turning up at various immunization outreach posts. Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says this is particularly for those Fijians that are in the 39 to 40 age group or above. Kelly Vadala reports.
With 18 confirmed cases of measles, over 45,000 Fijians in the Central Division have been vaccinated since the rollout of Phase 2 of the immunization campaign.
With our vaccinations, what we've been doing is actually, first and foremost, vaccinate the high-risk individuals. And then the next step now is we are vaccinating the moderate to low-risk individuals. And the really low-risk are those, as we've alluded to, about 40, and so forth. So the whole reason for the ID is just to, seek clarification for those from those Fijians that come that may be the 39 to 40 age group or above.
Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says they're targeting a certain group of people with an immunization campaign.
So I would suggest, driver's license or maybe a FLICA, combined FLICA, FNPF card or something similar like that. That is able to show, if it can show, it will show the date of birth, and so that's important to understand.
The latest confirmed cases are a 3-month-old from Wailali settlement in Wainandoi and a 17-month-old child from Welikutu in Lami. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry is reminding the public that measles is contagious and non-essential travel to Siruanamosi and Nasilai village in Nakelo is discouraged. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
19-year-old Isikeli Iakombo from Tunulo in Zakandrove has been announced the winner of the Bula FM Rachia Melem competition. Iakombo pulled the fastest time, clocking in at 23.32 seconds in the last leg of the competition this afternoon. Jose Nanunga reports.
Isikeli Iakombo successfully got himself a time of 23.
Bula FM Rachia Melem competition winner Isikeli Iakombo knew the competition would be tough and has been preparing for it in the last 4 months.
I want to thank the Almighty for His provision and plans in my life. I did not waste any single time after being nominated as one of the 20 contenders 4 months ago. I watched my diet, I engaged in extensive physical training. All the sacrifices has been paid off today.
Iakombo says Christmas came early for him and his family.
Now I'm planning to sell the vehicle again. I have plans in place, and that is to build my own house and improve the well-being of my family. And this victory is dedicated to all my friends, families and supporters throughout Fiji and abroad.
Meanwhile, the Fijian Broadcasting Corporation, through its 6 radio stations, will continue to organize such events.
Keep on listening and keep on taking part with a lot of interactive shows with us where you can win some amazing prizes. I'd like to also thank all the family members and friends of every participant who has been here for the last few days supporting them.
This is a team effort, and I want to thank my Bula FM team and everyone for their support.
Other participants were being awarded with the constellation prizes as a token of appreciation for their hard work, sacrifice and perseverance in the past 3 days of the competition. Jose Nanunga, FBC News.
The Fisheries Ministry is reminding everyone to be vigilant this festive season, especially when buying and consuming fish. This follows a few cases of fish poisoning recorded recently in the Northern Division, and information gathered was that the victims had consumed ongo, or the common barracuda. Ciguatera fish poisoning is the most common seafood illness and is caused by eating fish contaminated with ciguatoxins, which produce small marine organisms living on or near coral reefs. Any reef fish can cause ciguatera poisoning, but species such as barracuda, grouper, red snapper, moray eel and the coral trout are the most commonly affected. Up ahead, mental health an emerging priority. And opening hours for supermarket extended. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits. Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
The Health Ministry continues to work in line with the UN's vision for a well-developed support system to address mental health issues. Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says local healthcare workers need to be trained accordingly to handle such matters. This comes as a UN expert says the Fijian population's mental health is an emerging priority. Koroi Tandulala reports.
UN Special Rapporteur to the Right of Health, Danius Puras, on his 8-day mission, visited Suva's St. Giles Hospital and has put forward multiple recommendations.
On the one hand, the system is underdeveloped. For sure, there are many gaps. Actually, there is no network of services, let's say, and just one mental hospital, and then many gaps.
Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says mental health is an issue that continues to evolve.
I think it's important for all Fijians to understand that the mental health unit is not St. Giles. St. Giles is the hospital in which they were admitted. And the work around mental health these days has evolved.
Puras says he will be making a full report to the Human Rights Council in June next year on the issue.
I will recommend more in my report. I will provide more recommendations, but to have a coordinated and comprehensive system, there is a need of policy. So I will recommend Fiji to have a national mental health policy.
The UN expert says it's critical to have psychological interventions for children and adults with mental health conditions at community level, and healthcare workers should be empowered to be involved in the provision of mental health support and care. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
Sexual and gender-based violence is a widespread cause of physical and psychological harm and suffering amongst women and children. The Human Rights Director, Ashwin Raj, says this is a huge factor contributing to the growth of mental health issues in Fiji. Raj says in situations of violence and discrimination, women's ability to have control over their bodies and to make informed decisions free from coercion, discrimination and violence compromises their sexual and reproductive health. Speaking on the session on right to health at the Attorney General's conference at Natandola, Raj says there are multiple factors affecting our ability to enjoy physical and mental health.
Cyberbullying is leading to depression and suicides. These challenges implore on us to move away from the partitioning of rights and address the disproportionality between physical and mental health.
Now, as we approach the busy and the festive season, people of Suva will be able to take advantage of the extended opening hours of the Suva market. This will benefit mostly working people who might not have the time during the day to purchase things from the market. Suva City Council's acting Chief Executive Azam Khan says from next Wednesday, the market will remain open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The market will also be open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The new opening hours is applicable to all sections, including the fish market. Well, the battle against the deadly measles outbreak continues in Samoa this week as the disease claimed more lives. As of today, that number stands at 65. And sports tonight, Fiji Sevens team out of Dubai Sevens. And Fijiana qualifies for Dubai Sevens quarterfinals. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number one.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.
Fiji, for the first time in the history of the Dubai Sevens, has bundled out of the tournament without making it to the quarterfinal. This as the national side fell short in points differential in comparison to Argentina and France. Faria Begum with more.
It was a scary start for the Fiji Airways Fiji Sevens side as France scored twice in the first half, leaving Fiji scoreless.
Lovely work from Verandamu, short side. Marvin O'Connor goes in and France lead by 5. The conversion is good as well. So it's 7-zip. Gonna rip him to deck. And now it falls for Buruahua. Little Terry. Buruahua and France are up by 12. 14 plays 0. This is a huge upset in the making.
Fiji was able to answer to the 2 tries with one by Waisea Nathungu.
Back for Nathungu. Nathungu. There's one back. And they don't have a second to spare. It needs to get back to the mark. The conversion's got to get through.
The national side appeared stronger after halftime, with possibility of Gareth Baber's words giving the boys the much-needed encouragement.
Make sure we're all communicating. Even though when our pressure comes on, they've got the ball, we've got to keep talking. Try to pick it up all the time. Are we clear? When we've had the ball, we've threatened. We've just got to look after it. And try to wrap us up in the tackle means we've got to be hard on the Gary. Second man and play the way we can't get away with that offload. Are we clear? Nice and easy. Restart. We're looking on the edges. So we've got
Tuimamba will have enough pace to take it away. Can he steer it towards the sticks? No. But there's a little bit of life. Just a little bit here for Fiji. Again, though, no one there to take the conversion.
The 2019 HSBC Men's Sevens Player of the Year, Jerry Tuai, was also able to cross the try line once for the Fijian side.
Butitu hoiks it out the back. Tuai with the feet. Tuai in, away. Tuai! Has he got it down? Has Jerry Jag one? Tries good for Jerry Tuai.
Fiji was able to defeat France with a 24-14 scoreline, but luck was not on their side as they bundled out of the Dubai Sevens tournament after pool play. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
Well, Fiji has registered their first pool defeat at the Dubai Sevens tournament last night since England beat them back in 2010. The Pumas defeated Fiji 24 points to 21, and check out the highlights.
Ball for Argentina. Osadzouk. And a yellow card. Yeah, coming the way. The 2 minutes looking to capitalise straight away, and they may well do that. A lovely mazy run. He stands in the tackle, and a quite ridiculous left-handed over-the-head offload to Tuimamba. Honestly, how do you do that? Sebaloni, Mothanathangi goes again. Short. Matthias Osadzouk just short. Mare, overlap. And they have the score. Franco. Villemoni. Botitu gets the handoff working. Game is in action. And they're in try-scoring action against Fiji. And here it is. Here's the winner.
The Fijiana Sevens team have done the country proud after they have qualified into the 2019 Dubai Sevens quarterfinal. Fijiana thrashed Ireland 28-12. They drew 90-0 against Spain and went down to Australia 38-0. Check out the highlights of the game against Ireland.
Play from a real leader of the Irish team, Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe in the corner. And speaking of danger, looking to get around the outside once more. Anna Maria Naimasi has been in fine form, and anything Murphy-Crowe can do, Naimasi can do as well. That's what Rajali Davayur will do. It was a weak effort in defence, and Davayur needs no second invitation. This time taking on the line herself, Eve Higgins. Is she going to have the pace to get there? Yes, she will. Higgins takes charge for being back in field. Iwai and the flick ball out the back for Asanati Savu. An energy-sapping period of play, but Fiji hold them out. Whoa! Once more. That's the way to do it. Lane is cut in half. Fiji off the back of a big hit might go 80 metres chance to finish it off. It'll be a big run to the end, but it's the tackle that steals the show.
Racing 92 has sacked Leone Nakarawa as the Fijian Olympic gold medalist returned 2 weeks late after taking a holiday following the Rugby World Cup. The club says the decision follows the proven disciplinary breaches of Nakarawa, who did not show up for the scheduled resumption of training on the 28th of October. In a statement, the club says the 31-year-old forward refused to reply to messages that were sent to him while he was in Fiji. It was further mentioned that Nakarawa had simply set his own return date. Nakarawa was suspended on his return and then summoned for a disciplinary meeting by the club on November 22nd. Young kids and adults who were part of the Fiji Secondary School's Rugby Awards function in Suva last night left with a lot of inspiration. Permanent Secretary for Sports Maritino Nemani, a former football player himself, told of how he failed but he did not give up. He says he wanted to make it to the football team, but he missed out, and despite experiencing failure, he did not stop trying.
That failure motivated me, and I asked myself, can I do it better? Tala spoke about faith. It's a faith story. I had faith in myself. Even though I failed first attempt to New Zealand, I said I'm going to tour Australia after that. The second trials of the New Zealand tour I missed. I made the second trials, this time to tour Australia, and I made the cut.
The Fiji Nationals 2019 chess competition has been held a success. This as there were more participants in this year's competition compared to previous ones. Tale Matairakula with the story.
A total of 40 players participated in this year's competition, making it the biggest turnout in Fiji Chess Nationals.
With regards to the turnout, so this is the biggest turnout for the Fiji Chess Nationals. So it's quite good. We're very happy.
Federation General Secretary Hilda Vukikomawala says chess should be incorporated into the school system.
You can read up online. There's so many resources available to know the multitude of benefits that chess has. And that's the reason why in many countries it's a sport that's played in schools. So I hope to see that happen in Fiji.
Participant 14-year-old Radha Prasad from Jane Orion College says the sport is a good way for young people to train their minds.
Chess is a good mind game. It helps your mental health and keeps you away from other things. Like if you're busy playing chess, you are not likely to go outside, do something wrong, maybe stay in front of the phone on social media.
The competition continues tomorrow at Fasanak Olympic House, with the finals expected to be held on Tuesday. Talia Materkula, FBC Sports.
It wasn't Fiji's day just in rugby, but table tennis as well. The men's team, who travelled to Australia this week to take part in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic preparation tour, failed to register a win at the tournament. The men's team lost to Australia 3-0. They lost to New Zealand 3-0 as well, while missing out on a win against Papua New Guinea by 3-2. The women's team also lost to Australia by 3-0. The Suva futsal squad have registered yet another loss to the hands of Cool Lion FC in the 2019 OFC Futsal League. Suva are at the bottom of the table with 0 points and have played 4 games so far. The Fijian champions lost to the York Street 3-1 from AFF Futsal. They suffered a 1-12 thrashing, while AS Pyre Futsal beat them by 8-1. Suva are the national futsal champions. Well, a weak trough of low pressure lies slow moving just to the north of Vanuatu. Therefore, there's associated clouds and showers that is affecting the whole of Vanuatu, including Taveuni. Now, in the west, it was a pleasant day with pleasant conditions, a mixture of sun and clouds. When you take a look from eastwards to Pacific Harbour, mostly sunny conditions prevailed, with clouds taking over late in the evening. And all the way up in the north, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. It will get cool at night. At sea, moderate to fresh southeast winds, moderate to rough seas. Now for the tides, you can expect the next low tide to be tonight at 10:59, with high tide at 5:06 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:22. Taking a look at tomorrow, occasional showers and few thunderstorms are forecast over Vanwalevu. Cloudy periods with brief showers of the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands are also forecast. You will experience cool nights. And as for Tuesday, cloudy periods will continue. The chances of showers taking over also are forecast. Recapping the main stories, PM rallies behind youth at COP25. Marijuana talk tops discussion at AG conference. And Minister clarifies ID issue for measles vaccinations. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should Fijians have visa-free access to more countries? You can visit our FBC website to answer. Or continue sending us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Wala ngwela o veteronugu ako itabua ako do talitaina na barong na Bula FM nambando na seri
Bula ang gonoa ilotoka do talita ka na Bula FM berarti nambando na seri
ni Bula binaka nan regengo sa Bula FM nga ena kasi
nadango sa mundo active na Bula FM nambando na seri nusuri
ni Bula binaka nadango Jerry yang melambasa do barong na Bula FM Bula FM, number 2 and seri.